Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SME United. My name is Alan O. It's Saturday again, 2 p.m. Our appointment every Saturday we will be here. Today, our topic is the future of business. We talk about future, not now. Future. So it's also related to post-COVID-19. What will be the world look like, and how is our human life in post-COVID-19, our business? So today, the future of business. Jose.
Okay, can you put the full screen? Thank you. Good
Okay.
afternoon. SME United, please help us to share this live streaming so that more people can see. And also like our Facebook page. If you are seeing from our Facebook page, please like our page or subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you are seeing from our YouTube channel, just press the subscribe button and you will check out all the upcoming events. Okay, SME United is a platform for collaboration, networking, and exchange for business transformation in technology, digitization, and innovation in order for us to thrive in this volatile environment.
Cloud consulting is actually majorly is a business consultant. We do like business grant, accounting, tax, concept, and also the digitalization. And the most important is like cloud consulting actually is a licensed PMC, so that we can get the government grant for the all the SME and even non-SME. Of course, we have Six Sigma, so we are very good at like business improvement, process improvement. This is our accreditation. Today we have 4 speakers, including me. The first one is Wanling. I think you hear her before about the Myanmar, right? She is a country manager for Robinson Business School in Yangon, Myanmar. Hi, Wanling.
Hi.
Yeah, and Eric is the director of Refruit. There's a story behind the name of Refruit. And he is a super camps and exhibits in Myanmar and Singapore. Hi, Eric.
Hello.
Jose is accounts director of Cloud Consulting. Where's Jose?
Yes, hello.
Yes, and myself, a principal consultant for Cloud Consulting Singapore. Eric is like a design agency based in Singapore and Myanmar. I believe that One need to renew from time to time in order to become firm and stronger. Here's the story behind that. Everything digitalization, the digital design. Look for Eric. Wanling is like a country manager for Myanmar in Robinson Business School, and all two of them are very good in education business. Now today we talk about the post COVID-19. I recap like what is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a pandemic and also known as the coronavirus pandemic. It's ongoing global pandemic of coronavirus disease 2019. That's why we call COVID-19. 19 means 2019, caused by severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus. So the outbreak was first identified in Wuhan, China. Although there's a dispute like where does it come from, but the first started is in China, Wuhan. And the virus is primarily spread between people during close contact. Like when that's why now we have to like keep a 1 or 2 meter distance because it's a close contact. That's why we spread this COVID-19 by coughing, sneezing, and talking. So in the beginning, the droplets actually usually fall on the ground and onto surfaces rather than traveling through air over long distance. But now in June 2020, yeah, even our normal talking, our normal speech generated droplets may remain airborne for tens of minutes. That's why it's compulsory to wear a mask. Now we understand how COVID-19 changed our human history. Look at the data. We have dispute like talking about the accuracy of this number with our speaker, but it's correct because it's from WHO. The data is on 24th of June. The whole world now got 9.2 million cases, and the death is around 500,000. So look at two areas. US means it's Americas, including North and South Americas. There are 4.9 million people cases, and it's 50% of the global cases, and the death rate is 48% of the whole world. And Europe got 2.6 million, and the death is 194,000, 41%. Americas plus Europe is already 80%. That's why 2080 rules. It changed the human history. So today we focus on post-COVID and how post-COVID changed the whole business world entirely. Now, Anna Bolton is like a finance person. He said, one of the critical things in this crisis we have been trying to get across is that we have to throw away the rule book. No more rules. No more rules of the game. Because we never seen this kind of crisis in our life. It's true. It's really like after the Great Depression, everything never seen like that. Unemployment rate, everything is so unpredictable. Like so now we are talking about we stay at home, we wear masks, waiting for the post COVID-19. So maybe a new life in post COVID. But how to define post COVID-19, Eric? Any definition?
Okay, I don't have a fixed definition, but personally, I feel that once there's a vaccine is out, the global aspect itself, right, is able to go back to the normal way of life in terms of going out without any restrictions, 1 meter distance apart, social distancing, etc. So yeah, so I feel that that's defined the post-COVID area. Yeah.
Wow, that's not so soon. When can we have that vaccine? I thought like a few months later we can go out already.
You can still go out, no problem. Just you have to keep a distance.
I want to travel to Bangkok or Myanmar, Never mind, we pray for it. We pray the vaccine come as soon as possible. And then another finance guy is Bernard Spett say that it's very clear that once the crisis is over, let's mean it's post-COVID, many people will be unemployed. Many people unemployed already. No need to wait for post-COVID. And many people will file insolvency. That means they go bankruptcy. And a huge economic cost will have been incurred. On the other way, there are people will look for who is responsible. They're blaming each other, right? You can see from the news. And there are people will look for who's responsible. If we are not very careful, there will be a blame game. It is a big danger. Oh my God! I no need to wait for COVID. There's a general impact of COVID. Wanling, can you tell us some of your understanding? What is the impact of COVID-19 in social any area, social, economy, or cultural business?
I will start with economics first. I think right now a lot of countries actually having problem with unemployment.
Okay.
So I think the easiest way to manage is actually decentralize everything. That means we're back to like our kampong area era where we produce our own things because the supply chain has been badly disrupted. So they have a new term for this thing. They call it gig economic, GIG. Gig economic is actually everyone are self-employed. So you are just looking for you will not have the kind of employer-employee relationship anymore. So it's like a Uber driver, Grab driver. You see, they belongs to this, but they are not the employee of the company. So in this case, the company don't need to provide them the basic employees benefits. And their earning will be based on
will be self-employed.
Yes, correct. The employer will not hire any employee anymore. So it's more like a employer hire employer. It's more like a kind of outsourcing. I'm looking into that direction on the economic side and on how to solve the unemployment.
Yeah, but I know that actually even now there's a lot of people are unemployed already. And you know when we are stay at home, we heard about a lot of families, they are arguing, they're shouting. I even heard like people are fighting. So Eric, do you have any insight like what's the general impact of COVID-19?
COVID-19 itself, you mean for the economy or social aspect?
Any area, social, economic, cultural, business.
Oh, okay. Okay, personally, I feel that COVID-19, people think it's a cyclical change, meaning that you will come back to a normal state. But I feel that this is more a structural change. Yeah, so you won't be going back to the same place. You will be changing structurally. So this is a lot of business need to aware of that. Yeah, because a lot of business would, a lot of clients were expecting this something like going back to normal states. They think it's an up and down, like even by the stock market itself, right? It's like, well, you buy the lowest point, you go back to the same point. But the problem is that it's a structural change. You won't be going back to the same thing. So as I agree with Wanling, is about the decentralizing. Personally, I feel that there's decentralizing economy because most of my clients will have supplies from China because of China issue. A lot of materials is being not supplied to here. Then they start to have this kind of notion that we can't put all the eggs in one basket anymore. So they start to have this kind of decentralizing mode. What I feel that is decentralizing mode doesn't mean it has to be in the supply chain area. It can be applied to a lot of labor and in terms of transferring knowledge as well. As well as Bitcoin is also decentralizing economy also, Bitcoin. So yeah, so I feel that in one of the aspects is decentralizing, meaning that, for example, that we see an issue that the mass is because we're centralizing manufacturing, all come in the same factory. Then we became to realize that it's not viable in terms of crisis, and people is especially food as well. So that's why the Singapore is giving us seeds to grow plants at our home. Yeah. So so the farming, right? We can see the change is farming area. Farming became a decentralizing mode. Yeah. So what I feel that decentralizing became a key terms in how we're going to define a business. For example, that knowledge has to be decentralized. The distribution of food, it has to be decentralized as well, so that we protect ourselves in the next 2 or 3 years, something like that. So once
Decentralized
you have
is like,
decentralizing, right, yeah.
okay, decentralization, like last time we learned from MBA classes, like, oh, I decentralize my headquarters. The company is from US. Decentralizing means that I give the power to the local country to run themselves. Is it something like decentralization? Is like we don't have any more headquarters. You have to DIY everything by yourself, something like that.
Rather close to
Sort
it.
of.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! So I need to
Correct.
know. I need to become a farmer, become a driver. Everything I have to do by myself, right?
No, you with the help of technology, of course.
Okay. Okay, give
Yep.
me
Yeah.
some seed lah. Maybe I could grow rice for myself. Now you see, Starbucks is declare they're closing 400 store in 18 months. So it's scary. So in future, I cannot go to Starbucks and work anymore. I mean, if they have less Starbucks, I only can get the order take away only.
Perhaps
Sarah, oh my God, they're
No,
closing
the thing is
thousands of
that
fashion store leh.
okay, let me just add one more point about Starbucks. Actually, they are closing their stores, but they are also opening up smaller stores like takeaway stores, so that actually serving the takeaways and reinventing the business model in order to serve their customer and to generate new revenue streams. So they are cutting down all their stores, which can cut a lot of costs, and having smaller kiosks. Okay, for takeaways. I think because of our COVID, this kind of situations will go on for a couple of years.
You
That's
see,
a good.
as an SME, we don't afford to have office. You know, we always go to the Starbucks, become a virtual office. We meet our client there, we work there. Nowadays, we need to be careful. No wonder what we say. Eric say it's difficult to go back to last time already. Like
it's
Sarah,
just like
yeah.
in China. In China, recently there's one term very hot. You see, they call it 地摊经济. So
Titan.
that means it's like ditan. So it's like you are doing all your pasar malam store, this and that. And even McDonald's and KFC, they have a store at the roadsides now.
Oh, really?
So yes, they do have it. So for you to just grab your, let's say your McDonald's breakfast says like $2 that kind, you just grab and go instead of you have to go into the shop, queue up, then register, scan here, scan there. So they have a store outside on the road. Then you can just bypass and just grab your breakfast and that's it.
Oh my.
That is
Yeah.
what's happening in China.
Yeah, back to basic.
Yeah, even
Yes, correct.
PwC, PwC is one of the big four, very privileged. And they say I am cutting 400 roles in consulting, financial role, and finance supporting role. Very scary, you know. Those are highly paid consultant also losing job. So this is like how the economy and social, but how about culture? Do you think we will change some of the culture also, like Wanling and Eric?
I think the culture will change. Okay, like just now, Ellen, you mentioned that okay, we don't have an office. I always go Starbucks to work to meet client. I think after this whole 3 months of all these movement control or circuit breaker, I think people are very used to Zoom already. Yeah. So I think the Zoom meeting is very common now. Like myself, I always have Zoom meeting with my European partner. So I don't think you need to have a Starbucks there in a you want to have a face-to-face meeting. I think this doesn't exist. Yep.
Yeah,
Your
so
lifestyle, your culture will be changed.
exactly like last time, we always busy about work, but because of COVID, you're forced to stay at home, right? People telling me I have better and closer relationship with my family members. Is it also like we will help the family ties? You know, we treasure our life, the culturally and social. They're more like treasure our relationship. Is it correct? Do you feel this, like Eric?
Yeah, I do feel this. We tend to be more close bound because we are close. But when there's a personally, I feel that when there's a pro, there's always a con. There's an increase of family violence as well. Yeah, family violence because they can't go out. So we can't see all the good things. You have to see the bad things also. So you see, there's the close bond of family. There's another kind of family. There is family violence, family abuse kind of systems. So definitely, there's a sense of culture change. as well as religion. Religion tends to move to online as well. So festivals, we have to spend the festivals online as well. So so for right now, we don't feel a change because we go through maybe 10 to 40 years of norms. But for the kids itself, right, this will be the first time they experience the change. Maybe to that is a normal already. For next 2 or maybe 5, 6 years itself, right, if this is going to happen again, then to them, this will bring them to their generation of their children and children. This will create a new norm already. So we are in the stage of transitions now, I feel.
Correct. Everything will be changed after this.
I still remember, like, during the second phase in Singapore CB, they are allowed to go to swimming pool, right? So I went to swimming pool 2 days ago, and people jumped into the pool like crazy, like that. So like I think it changed a lot. Like we treasure everything. Like everything is not taken for granted. So this is what I strongly feel. And in this case, we're okay lah. I mean, we used to the life in the COVID-19. Now, like after and the post COVID-19, what kind of business opportunity we have? Like when what should we do in our business? We should stay in our business, or we start a new business. Or if I want to jump to a new business, what kind of new business we should go there? Eric or Wanling, you can really talk about this.
Let Eric do it.
Okay. Personally, I have certain models to it, in a sense that those basic stuff, right, in the hierarchies on this, those food and healthcare is definitely the essential things. There's certain things that I feel there's 3 that can be looking at. One is education, entertainment, and one is erotic. So these 3 things will always be there. But I feel that for business opportunity for those in a post-COVID situation, I feel that is the business have to be not looking at the good things, also looking at the bad things that they're trying to solve, looking at the problem to solve. As mentioned, is a decentralizing mode itself, right? It has to look at the community as well. How do the community benefits it? A lot of brands right now is trying to push their products to be essential. Yeah, as I mentioned, is that ice cream became essential. So so those kind of things that they need to position their products that is essential. For restaurants, right, it doesn't mean that you have to sell food to become essential. You can produce knowledge base, become educations or entertainment, or those kind of avenue. So the company has to be more generalized, thinking in a broader aspects, rather than just finding, I need to be a Michelin restaurant and you have to do this. They need to change accordingly. So that's where the opportunity will come. This is what I feel.
That is a way of things going on, and I think focus on the basic needs of a human being. Okay, like the things that we need to eat, we need clothing, living space, all these things. But with the help of technology, I mean, we can't follow the old way of doing business anymore. It's just like I think during these circuit breaker periods, the property agents are doing all the online viewing, all these things. So these are the way we move on. Still back to the very basic needs, because nowadays I think due to economic downturns, they don't spend money anyhow to spend it. Okay, they will think before they spend, so they will make sure it's value for money. So you just need to get the technology to help you on these parts. It's also a way for you to cut costs and to survive.
Why I just very precisely I say, if I want to start a business in post-COVID, which industry I should jump in?
Personally, I feel that don't look at industries. There's certain industries. Personally, I certain interest in certain industry, but because this is post-COVID, as mentioned, it's a structural change. So it's a big reset. So you are on even for Airbnb, 12 years of building Airbnb, right, within 6 months, right, they lost everything, or most. So it's a big reset that everybody is on the front line. So whichever that you guys can think of, right, you are starting from zero and you be the first one to step in the industries. I mean, became the industry leaders. So it doesn't mean that the industry leader has been there. I can't fight with Airbnb. You can be your own industry leader in certain aspects.
What you tell me, Eric, I feel like after the war, then we start We have to,
It's
oh my
after the
God.
war. Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
No wonder
a
Wanling
different kind
say
of war.
like basic necessity. After the war, you need
Yes.
food, you need clothing, healthcare, doctor, medicine or something, right?
Maybe I'll
Mm-hmm.
share something. Yes, we need all these basic things, but also just now Eric mentioned structural change, which means that every company would need to change in terms how to reach out to their clientele base through technology, through e-commerce platform, through digital marketing, or even look at new business model or business strategy. I think it's a good time to really look into the company in an overall perspective to transform the
Mm-mm.
company in order to survive in this new norm. Is not going to be the same again.
Mm.
So I
No
think I
way.
strongly agree with what Eric had mentioned before.
Yeah. So like what Jose say that is well, Eric say is structurally there a lot of changes. You know what happened in Singapore? they create a lot of digital ambassadors. They use this ambassador to educate the elderly, old people to use technology. You know what? I go to swimming pool. You know how to go into the swimming pool. Not money anymore. You need to use a handphone to scan the entry. Everything is a handphone. Then it's an old man or old lady house. They don't even have a handphone.
Yes,
Yeah.
these
Okay.
are the things that is happening and affecting the older generations that they do not know how to use all these gadgets. Yep, it's quite bad, but we have to learn and adapt to it. This will be the new norm.
Okay, so concluded the business opportunities is we need to define our own business opportunity after this COVID. What I say is like after the war, then not about the industry. It's like what kind of thing you want to sell in the basic necessity and also linked to technology. Okay, now this is Michael Dell. He said that technology now allows people to connect anywhere, everywhere, and anyone in the world. Is true. Zoom, a WhatsApp, a handphone, from almost any device, TV, your gadget, or whatever. This is dramatically changing the way people work, facilitating 24/7 collaboration. No wonder Eric said, or I think say no employee-employer relationship anymore. You work
No,
24/7. We
you
call it
work 24/7.
participate
Yep.
across the time zone, country, and continent. Meaning is like everyone have to get ready 24/7.
So
Oh,
like contract employees or work on project basis. I think that would
Work on project.
new norm lah. Project basis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Correct. Work on
so
project will be the new
mm,
norm. No
yeah,
more even contract.
okay.
Yeah.
Because last time when I work, I don't know. I work for like Deloitte and like MNC. We are used to 24/7. But what sometimes we work with client is the staff say, hey, this is Saturday, this is Sunday, it's 5 p.m. already. So now I think because of this, it's no more excuse.
Yeah, but
You
this
either
will
you
bring
work or you
yeah.
don't get it.
Yeah, this will bring another set of problems. Basically, I feel that is the education part. So, because it's very competitive. Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very competitive in the sense that,
Yep.
uh,
Yes.
yeah. So it became very competitive in the sense that it became like, because it's a gig economy, so you are you're being paid, yeah, because you deserve it. Yeah, it's not like
Mm.
铁饭碗 that you stay in one company and you
If
get
I
Yep.
want.
as a salary every month. Yeah, so the kind of benefits that you receive from a company will not be there anymore. Then it goes towards your medical benefits. Then you will change the structure of insurance as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yes.
yeah, so it's the domino effects. You change the gig economy will change the way how the education is going to be done, as well as insurance sectors and the way how people go purchase a house, etc. Yeah. So there will be a lot more changes in that area. Yeah, which I
Mm.
foresee will happen now.
Like just
Yep.
now we mentioned about the business opportunity. Now actually Eric already started the topic. Is like as a business owners, what kind of changes we must make in the post COVID-19. Like,
The changes
as
are.
I'm a boss now, the best is I start a new business. I don't know.
You have to be more creative. You have to think of a solution to solve the immediate problems, and also you need to be very flexible. That means it's like you can change decisions or you can make decisions very fast. You see, you cannot go through like the old times where you have to seek approval levels by
Right.
levels. By the time the approvals come out, everything change. Nowadays, I don't think they can afford this, especially with technology. So you have to be very fast, adapt to the new changes, adapt to it.
Yeah.
And change.
That,
New skills also. It's not easy also to make all these changes. You need that new skill in order for you to know how to do it and things like that. Yeah.
true.
Learn from it. You cannot like, okay, you are the staff, I pay you money, you have to do it for me. No such thing anymore. I mean, as a boss, you have to do it yourself. DIY.
Eric, you want to say something?
Oh, so basically, the change of mindset is the most important part. The mindset is that a lot of people will say digitizations or maybe digital transformation, right? So they change the direct translations. So they'll change whatever business to digital format or move everything to online and move everything to Facebook. And this is direct translations. But it's not. Digital transformation is more towards the workflow and the concept of it. So that's why they have the digital officer to manage the whole thing. So I think the mindset is very important, especially for the older generation, right? They have been working in a very analog way. I think the first thing is the mindset, and it has to be very fast. A lot of people will say, "Oh, 1 year, 2 years project is quite long. I mean, it's quite short." Yeah, but then is in terms of internet version or digital version, 1 2 years is you can be being disrupted. So the project span, right? It has to be 3 to 6 month iteration has to be done very fast. Everything has to move faster than before. So as you mentioned, is the company has to be 24/7 mode. Yeah, 24/7 mode doesn't mean that it has to be done one single person 24/7. It means that the human workforce, right, is being separated out in decentralization mode, meaning that all over the countries is working. Even for my case, the Singapore office is working because of their time differences of 1 hour 30 minutes itself, right? The Myanmar will take over the team take over the work. So we have an extra 1 hour, 1.5, 30 minutes to work on. Yeah, so the working hours tend to change instead of 8 to 5, right? Because of gig economy, right? A company can run 24/7 right now, just at the e-commerce shops. Yeah. So the mindset has to be changed. Yeah.
I think also, completely mindset in terms of not just going digital, but also about the viability of the business, whether can it survive or maybe you need to sell some other services or sell other products in order to survive or things like that. So it's a complete change of a business perspective.
I agree with Eric, the mindset change. But of course, have to add mindset change and plus action. I mean, like we are doing digitalization for a company, for people. The boss want the digitalization of the whole like finance or operation. They want it, but once we're implementing for them, they don't like it. The whole company reject the project. I have this before, like performance evaluation. Everything set up for them. They pay me, then they say, "Oh, it doesn't work." So it's true, the mindset change. Also, they need to like daring to really take action to make changes. I think this is the fear among all the people, like digitalization, technology, like something like related to space, like a spaceship like that. It's so scary like that. I don't know. I mean, it's very good point. The mindset. I think plus action. Wanling, are you mute yourself? Unmute yourself. Okay.
Yes, I'm okay. No. Yeah, I think I strongly agree because I went through a few rounds of digitalizations when I'm working in Singapore. So from the trading terminal, everything. So I think it's either you do or you die. So this time around is seriously is a worldwide problem. So it's also a way to filter out those not really performing staff or unwilling to change. This is something happening in Myanmar as well. Yeah. So if you are
Yeah.
not willing to change, and there you go.
It's like it's not about whether you like it or you're ready or not. It's to survive.
You have to take it. Yeah.
Oh my
I
God,
You
it's
just have to
scary.
take it.
not just our own company to survive, but we need to collaborate and partner with other business owners or other companies as work together as a group so that we will be able to meet all these challenges. You can't live yourself on an island, but if we have a group and we collaborate together at one goal, we do certain project together, I think that could be the new formula.
That's why I say employers employs employers. There is no more employer-employees relationship.
Yeah, no
Oh,
more.
very scary. Now, my next question is for me and Jose lah. Okay, so now there's a new era, so we have to get money to support our operation. Either we get bank loans or whatever. But now during the COVID-19, my suggest is like to get government grant to support our operation. So that's why not as a business grant consultant nowadays, me and Jose got a lot of inquiries. A lot of inquiries. Every day we have inquiries, but not everybody take up the grant. So like for example, why we need to kick the grant for EDG? It's like, can you imagine like at this moment, COVID-19, everybody is work from home now. It seems like not many customers. So we sit at home to what? Is to upgrade our core capability, to increase our competitive advantages. So my client always say, hey, Alan, what you're talking about, even the Singapore government talk about core capability, upgrade your core capability. What does it mean? So actually, we will tell our clients, actually, when you're building a building, even anything you build, you must have a foundation, right? The foundation is like, you're not strong, you're really easy to fall or destroy when the storm come in, like now, like COVID-19, the storm coming in. When your foundation, your financial management is weak, your human resources is bad, you cannot recruit people, and then your like even like a service quality is bad, then it's time for us to look at all this kind of foundation element like marketing and branding. So I would suggest people to get the grant from government and to build their foundation at this moment. No more delay, because what Eric say, we're all ready to come out from the COVID-19 when it start. Like suddenly tomorrow it start already. So it's the best to prepare yourself now. Spend 1 or 2 months to consolidate your foundation. It's like your financial management, the digitalization, digitalize your finance process, admin, sales, HR easily zero, branding and marketing. Look for Eric and us, to how to formulate your marketing and branding strategies, plus digitalization and business strategy. So when people come to me like when I'm going to do the EDG and upgrade our foundation, the best time is now, and then don't go and get a bank loan to do it. Get 50,000 or 40,000. Get a government grant. Yeah, if you are approved, usually at this moment, for 80 to 90%, if the project is like 100,000, you don't pay 10K. If a 10K, you only pay $1,000. Even you're not non-SME, like you have more, you have 200 more employees, or your revenue annually is more than 100,000, 100 million, you still can get the grant. But this is only until December 31st of 2020. Please. So in this COVID-19, get a EDG grant and upgrade your core capability. Jose, you want to say something?
Yeah, so it's the best opportunity right now to really work on the core capabilities and transform your company in order to survive in the long-term future. If not, it is very tough business environment right now. So we are focusing more on the 4 EDG grant, mainly on financial management, human capital development, strategic branding and marketing development, and business strategy. So these are very crucial areas that a company can actually work on in order for you to do business transformation and to prepare yourself for future growth. Next,
Okay.
Alan.
Okay, so basically, what we advise is to contact us to get a EDG grant to upgrade your core capability. Now, what we experience is like COVID-19. It seems that like it's a flu or illness from an animal. I don't know what is that, even a bat or monkey or whatever. It's from like because of the animal transfer the flu to human. So it will really we think like what does it mean to the world, human, and the environment? So this um Karina, she say, ultimately, the greatest lesson that COVID-19 can teach humanity is that we are all in this together. It's not like about Alan alone or Wanling alone. All are connected. Even someone die in Africa or someone die in China or America. It's all related to everyone. So in this case, we have to think about how to live our together with the environment and think about the business sustainability. Eric and Jose, you can really talk about what should we do as a business owner to have our business sustainability in the post COVID-19. What's sustainability, Eric?
Sustainability. Okay. In GIS itself, right, is to think of solutions or think of a business in a way that so that in the future generations can go on with it constantly. Yeah. So it's just like a lot of misunderstanding that sustainability is in business itself. A lot of people will think environment factors or environmental concepts where to create something like packaging became more recyclable or eco-friendly packaging or eco-friendly methods, but it's more to that. Yeah. So I feel that for COVID-19, because it's changed in a way that instead of personal goal, because the last time in business, right, is that 老板赚多钱 earn a lot of money. This is more a personal goal. Yeah, this is 小爱 they call it. Yeah, then we need to move to the bigger aspects to help each other, which they call it the 大爱, the bigger aspects. So once the 大爱 is there, right, it will help more people out. Actually, this kind of business economy is being applied in the Buddhist economy itself. It was done by this, I'm not sure what is his name, but basically he went to Myanmar, surprisingly, he do this research and he derived this business economy. And I didn't know about it until I went from backpacking trips until I reached Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai, there's a called design village there. So they are experimenting with this kind of Buddhist economy. So they design a village where this village itself, right, is different kind of aspects of different kind of business. So they have cafe, libraries, crafts, workshop, etc. So every month, right, they'll gather together. So let's discuss. They'll discuss about, what are we going to sell this month? So if one of the cafes say, I'm going to sell coffee or maybe chocolate coffee, for example, then the library store will say that, okay, why don't I sell books about coffee, chocolate coffee? Then the workshop, let me do some kind of what I call a business that deals with chocolate coffee as well. So the whole village, right, thrive together, right? They're just fighting with each other, not like there's no less competitions. So the whole village thrives. So sustainability, this will go on forever, much longer than just being fighting. We try to monopolize the whole market. So eventually the whole community thrive from these concepts. Then sustainability, I mean, it's quite common in Japan as well. They call it motai naya. Is internal translation is like walkaways. So it's a recycling concept, and this being educated to the younger generation as well. So wherever they do certain things, right, or they spend certain things that, for example, packaging, they think, to reuse, to throw away is very wasteful. Why don't we do something out of it? Yeah, so it's being injected in their mind from young. It's not in terms of big business assets. So what's good things about it is that if your whole company structure, right, you have this kind of multi-nine philosophy itself, right, they will try to reuse the process in terms of process development, productivity, they say that, oh, waste of energy, how can we reuse that in certain good way? Yeah, so that's a very good way of sustainability structure. Yeah, so I feel that personally, there's one business I want to talk about is in Singapore itself. There's one company my client told me, so basically they sell this what I call they fried, it can be this kind of oil, some of the big bulk of supplying it. So when they fry, right, they cook it, there's a layer of oil on top. So usually most companies will try to throw away. When you throw away, right, you will pollute the drainage or will pollute the environment eventually. So what this company will do, right, is they take out all the oil, right, and package it in a small bottle and sell it as a cooking oil. So when they add a few drops in the cooking itself, right, it has a fragrance of it can be this or different kind of flavor. So they earn more money from that. So instead of throwing away the useful stuff, right, they create another kind of business that can help them to generate another kind of income. Yeah, so this is sustainability in my aspects. So rather than just thinking of, the packaging has to be more environmental friendly, we should have to throw away eventually. But I have to think in terms of structure, productivities, and the mindset of the people as well.
Like
So
going green or kind of reduce carbon print, these are like long-term sustainability. And I think for this slide, we see this cup fish over there. Actually, if you can see right below, there is a link on YouTube about this interesting story that this Eric has highlighted, that in this village in Japan, actually what they do in order to reduce waste and all these things and to keep the water clean, they actually have this cup in their kitchen, okay, washing area, and then they actually push all those leftover food into the this water area where the fish is, and then the fish actually eat all this everything. So it cuts down again on using detergent, and the whole idea of it is to recycle, reuse, and still keep the water clean. I think this is a very good a traditional way that we can still continue to use this concept. So the next concept that I want to mention is about bentoism. Okay, next slide, please. Bentoism is actually founded by Yancy. He's the co-founder of Kickstarter. So this book is about this could be our future. So what's the meaning of it? It's actually creating value rather than focusing on financial maximization for companies, but creating values that how company can use this value in the longer term. So next slide, please. So he came out with this framework, about now me, now us, or future me or future us. Future us talks about what we support for the future, what kind of future I want, how we can actually contribute using value to contribute to our future for our future generation. So it is a vision for building a society that looks beyond money, which is financial maximization, and towards maximizing the values that makes life worth living. I think it's an interesting concept that we can look into this. Next slide, please. So it's like building a better future together, going beyond the financial maximization and creating these values that builds long-term sustainability. So that's the whole idea of bentoism. It's like eating a bento with 4 boxes. So the whole idea is actually started from him, how he uses this idea to push also Kickstarter funding interesting projects for the long-term sustainability and business viability. Yeah.
So in future, when I take Japanese food, I get order bento, I have to think about this. Wanling, you have anything you talk about the business of sustainability?
Not much on me because all this while I don't actually produce things. I'm all this while in services industry, so we don't have much on the environment impact.
It's really a
I don't
new
have much on this one.
inspiration from Eric. Like when you think there's something is a wastage, is a waste you have to throw away, but actually that kind of thing got value also. And also what Jose
Yes.
say that like we do business, you every time it's P&L ma, how much you net profit lah. So what Jose say there is not only the net profit, it's the net value, something you can't like measure by money. So it's very
Yes.
inspiring. But Eric, do you have anything
Hmm?
talk about these terms, future of future, or you already mentioned about this?
Oh, no, not yet. Actually, it's the future of the future is the present. Actually, the whole sentence. So basically, it's a future thinking. Future thinking. So what the business I feel right is right now. Actually, future thinking is based on scenario planning, scenario
Okay.
development. So what the company would do, right? I feel that right now is just doing business based on 一日过一日, or maybe 1 year planning or 2 years planning, 3 years planning maximum. That's all. They need, but the planning is more towards a financial growth. Yeah, that's how should they grow accordingly. But future planning is more towards the growth of 10 to 20 years, how the technology evolve, or what's a black swan, what happens, and how to maneuver to it. Even for countries like Singapore itself, we even have a future planning, like in case we're being in war, in case of certain scenario, right, what would we do? But most companies don't have it. So in situation like right now, right, they don't know how to navigate. Yeah, like such as implications of technology, how do they navigate on that? So future planning is more towards thinking or system thinking, how to think further. For example, that next 5 years, 6 years, I feel that autonomous car will be on the drive, will be on the trend now. So how do the business help do that? Help that in kind of aspects can be in terms of education. They can learn something in the car. They can be what I call they can do some movie screening in the car, etc. Or maybe hotel stay in the car. So they if they have that in mind in plans itself, right, they will plot the milestones. How could they innovate, or how do they introduce certain technology so that they get steps towards there? Yeah. So it gives certain planning. It also can apply to their internal sustainability, meaning that whatever technology they applies on doesn't harm the environment, doesn't cause effects on the people as well. So they are moving on the train to the utopia environment, utopia world.
I
Yeah.
think climate
So
change is a big issue. So everyone takes a part of climate change here.
yeah, that's right.
Yes.
That's what happened in the first car design. When the first car design is run on diesel, run on petrol. So there's no future thinking. They say, oh, just a car we can transport to here, but they didn't know the after effects. So right now, the business right now, right, should think a little bit further how the service they're providing will help the environment in the future generations or sustainable. I know that there's a story I came across. This particular oil petroleum company, they were asking, hey, you spilling a lot of oil to the sea. Then the CEO said, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to come back again. Because it doesn't matter, he just earned money and he died, he just go, he won't be coming back again. So the mindset of the CEO has been there as well. So if you think that, okay, I'm doing this harmful thing, right, my future generation of children or grandchildren is going to be staying here. So how can I make it better? Yeah. So company right now is more towards 5-6 years, and maybe after the end of retirement, they close the business. But they should change mindset that what happens if your business grow for 100 years or 200 years? How can they make it better for the people? Yeah. So future can come.
Yeah, very good idea. I think let me also mention about one sustainability project, which is stated in Mentalism, that book. You know Telstra, who produced the electric car? Okay, the CEO actually shared this technology to other companies. Okay, why? Why want to share this technology to other companies? So that every company can produce electric car and will benefit our world in time to come. So that is his idea, to share this value, to share this technology in order to help our future generation to reduce climate change, to reduce carbon print. So that's the whole idea. It's not just making money, but how we can contribute to the world and sustainability in the long term.
Okay, I
Yeah,
think
that's right.
Yeah, this is a good way, you see, because all businesses you have to go for the exponential growth, but it takes time. So whereas this Tesla, if they share out the technologies, that means other parts of the world are using the same technology, the exponential growth rate will be very fast, and immediately it hits to the general level, so it benefits everyone.
Yes, and Telstra
So
produces the electric car. So let everybody do and help the world.
Do you know that
Yes,
their factory in Shanghai is like almost ready in less than a year? Now it's only June. I think they started building on January 7th. And I think by end of this year, it's actually their second building in second factory in Shanghai. It will be ready for productions. Tesla in
Everybody-
Shanghai.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need scenario building, we need da eye, whatever we have, we share. Even some of the trade secret we need to share. But wow, for the scenario building, what I've heard, like Eric, that predict 10 or 20 years. So I think if I have a crystal ball, it's much better to predict in future. Okay, Socrates is a philosopher. He say the secret of change is to focus on all your energy, not in fighting the old, but on building the new. It's very good quotes. That means it's just now all our speaker is talking about in future, decentralization, looking at the value, scenario building. All this looking in future. Don't talk about how good is last time fighting. Who responsible to COVID? Right, it's wasting our time. So now my next question is like, so many plans and action for post COVID. The future is really look uncertain and not rosy. You know, in China, America, Europe, there are shocking unemployment rate, and even more than last time the Great Depression. This is 1920 and 1921. So, what attitudes and belief that the business owner must have in order to embrace the uncertainty in future? What should we do now, Eric or Wanling? Embrace the uncertainty. Should I like just fear, I scared, I'll cry, or don't do anything, or what should I do?
I think for the next few years, the company need to be prepared to actually able to survive. Okay, so let's say if you need to do some cost cutting measure or whatever, yes, you need to take the so-called medicines to kill it immediately.
The easiest way is to close down the business.
That's why you see, not to close down, but at the same time, when you are doing your cost controlling, you need to also think of how you want to expand it. So you have to use all the technology, like what I mentioned before. AI is actually coming out. Another one is virtual reality, VR. Okay, it's not something that you wear the big one, then you can see, but the VR is something that you can just appear in front of you. So while moving forward using technology, at the same time, you must actually watch out your backside. Make sure you have to do all the cost measure accordingly. And you're not looking at big profits anymore, but able to survive. That's it.
So Wanling is saying that like don't close down, don't be fear, must be brave enough to make changes, and don't be like too greedy. I mean, if you can survive, break even, and get some income, I think that's enough. How about Eric? Jose?
I want to mention something. That diversification is also important. Example, your company is doing hospitality only. So you are just restricted to this area, and hospitality is badly hit in this COVID-19. Perhaps if, let's say, the company may reinvent and look into other opportunities like cybersecurity or technology or things like that, some of the SMEs can afford to go into different sectors and different areas where they can take these opportunities also to create new businesses or new business opportunities. I would say that not because of COVID-19, COVID-19 forces us to look at many other areas and help to expedite our thinking process, our mindset, and adopting new technology to create new businesses and new markets for us. Yeah. How about Eric?
Me, because I have personal saying, 乱世出英雄啊，时势造英雄啊。
Yeah,
乱世出英雄，时势造英雄。So I think this moment of time, every is a big reset. So it's the chance to shine. I feel that a lot of small companies itself, right? They say, oh, I don't have budgets to, for example, Wanling said about virtual reality. I don't have the technology or I don't have this knowledge of virtual reality. How should I go about it? Yeah. So by my feeling is that you can leapfrog. What's after virtual reality? Maybe mixed reality. You leapfrog from there, and maybe you can start to do some kind of small skills, MVP, or maybe a small area of innovations that can apply to your business and try to go around that. As you mentioned, Jose, you said Kickstarting. Kickstarting is a very good platform to raise funds. If you have the small prototypes, small products, put in Kickstarters, and in maybe a month you can raise $1 million or $2 million. That will be a good validation to your product as well. Yeah, so it doesn't mean that you have to think for the people, the companies right now don't have to think local now. They need to think a global mindset and how to serve the global people rather than I want to serve mom and pop nearby Tampines Street or Pasir Ris. Cannot already. They need to think of global mindsets. Even they're serving drinks, pao cha, right? How can they serve the recipe to the whole world to enjoy the whole thing as well? Yeah, so they need to think that kind of mindset. Yeah, rather than just think I want to serve drink.
Yeah.
How it can be like introduce a recipe. You can make a recipe or create something like a digital format of it and help people to do some online recipe or how to make pao cha. That kind of thing. You serve the whole global. Yeah, so one pao cha can change the whole. I don't know. Yeah.
That's good idea.
So to embrace the uncertainty in future is make changes, do things differently. So like there's a famous person called Michelle Obama. She say, women are working more. Men are understanding their values as caregivers. Women are primary breadwinners. I mean, we could go on and on and on, but things are different. Things are different, Wanning. So we cannot keep operating like everything is the same.
Everything is the same.
Yeah, so women can be the breadwinner, lah. I mean, so and that's what many of us have done. And I think it's up to us to change the conversation. I think we really gel what we just now say that, we need to make changes. Not like a woman must stay at home and guy go out and work. Maybe change it or both go out or whatever. I think it's a game of changing our mindset and behavior. Like come to almost ending, but I really want to ask some opinion, a personal opinion of the speaker. What is really the implication of COVID-19 to you, to your business, and to the world? Like freely express your opinion. What is the implication to your life, to people around you? Like
I
Eric
think
or
it totally changed. It totally changed my life. You see, I'm the one that always like to go out. I'm not a stay-home woman or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Now
being locked down for like how many months? 3 months, and I'm not flying around. And I can't do anything. I have to do everything on the laptop. I mean, it's okay for me to do it on the laptop, but I don't want to constrain myself in one space. But it seems like I'm getting used to it pretty okay now. And to the extent that like yesterday night, my auntie called me, hey, let's come out for dinner. I said, no, I'm not going out. Just imagine that I'm saying no to her. I'm like, oh. Yeah, it totally changed my lifestyle.
Yeah, Eric says 66 days, right? You change the habit, you change our behavior. You're active now, you want to stay at home. 宅女啊.
Not tiny, but I did a lot of I did a lot of YouTube watching about recently there's this Indian guy, the 印度神童, right, that correctly predict about the COVID-19. Then I also see other things. Then apparently I saw something like someone from the future came into our this time, this and that. So it's quite an interesting thing. So they are talking about the future, the property prices will be it will collapse, and then about different country, about World War III. I'm like, okay, it set me think. But at the same time, also I'm learning like computer coding from YouTube as well. So you have to keep learning. you do not know what will come to you in futures, okay? Even like tomorrow, what will happen to you, you do not know. But when tomorrow the problem thrown to you is that you need to have a coding skill, at least you have it. Rather than you start to learn for it, it will be too late for you.
I think Wanling, last time you're busy flying around, busy going out. You don't have a quiet time to sit down and think about the question about future. Now you have the time. How about Jose and Eric? What's the implication to your own life and because of COVID-19?
For my case, is being comfortable in the uncomfortable area.
Okay, so which much more comfortable or more uncomfortable?
You're trying to be comfortable in the uncomfortable situation. So basically, I think in terms of life, I mean, it's still good things that I can spend more time with families. But in terms of bad things, is that I had less communication with my colleagues, so the mochi is not there. So that's where I can. But personally, I feel that I don't see it as a negative thing. I'll see that it's sooner or later things a matter of change. I do agree with Wanling to watch a YouTube. I also watch a kind of YouTube like 庚子年 this kind of 60 years.
The 庚子年 also the one I watch as well.
So those kind of things I also watch. Nothing to watch, but eventually they pop out this kind of recommendation. But the more I watch, it seems that this is just a small part of change. In the future, our ancestors or predecessors itself, right, have suffered more change before then. Then they also go through this, and it became better and better and better. So this is our time. I mean, if it's going to get 60 years per once, right? This is our time, This is our time to make a change, so that the next 庚子年, right, I will be 6 years old already. then our children at least can have some story to be told to how to prepare for it, and by that time, hopefully, that because our sustainable economy, everything will be a decentralizing economy. I will be more prepared from then. So it's a matter of change that we have to go through it. I feel so.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good opportunity right now to really reflect and to change our mindset and approach, and how the world will be totally different. I think in about 10 years time or so, more electric cars will be on the road, so things will change, transport, flights, and logistics, different areas. I think the new generation need to learn a lot of new things, and for the old generation, it's quite tough to learn the new concept, and it's too challenging also for us to change mindset. So let's see what we can do.
For me, it's
back to one.
Yes. For me, it's like the COVID-19 is like I have more free time to walk in the forest, and I feel like people are healthier now. They exercise, nothing to do or not much entertainment, and a lot of people go to the Netflix every day. Netflix. Okay, so like just now we mentioned about post-COVID is a new era, it's a new time for all the human being. So how to get ready and adapt to this new life? Like I look, although they say, Alan, must be positive lah, must have a change my mindset lah. Change my mindset. Learn some new technology. It will already scare me, not really do like I don't swim. You ask me to swim now. How I'm going to adapt in the new life? Alan, in the future, the whole world is water. You must swim, but I don't know how to swim. I know. I mean, how to adapt? I mean, even you have digitalization, a digital ambassador. I don't know how to use technology. So can give us some hints on how to adapt to the new life? Or the like Jose, Eric, or Wanling? It's nothing.
It's not something that you have to adapt it. So it's either you learn, like you tell me that you go swimming pool, you have to scan this, the QR code, this and that. It's actually happening everywhere as well. So it's either you learn it or you literally become tiny, stay at home, don't go out, since you cannot handle all this.
Tiny also need technology.
It depends, you see. So either I mean, currently, I think our world, we still have this baby boomer from the post-World War II. But after these generations, those that born like the 60后, 70后, that one, all these, they can at least handle the basic technology. It's only the baby boomers, that group, they are unable to handle even a smartphone. The born after 60s one, they are able to handle. It's also due to, I think, education level, because the basic education, so they're able to read and write.
I think
So you just have to learn it.
we need to embrace changes, technology change, mindset change, or lifestyle change, because this is what's going on right now in our world, and things will be quite different with climate change, seawater rises, all these things. Everything is like what mankind has created. We need to reset and relook into our future, how we can contribute and conserve our world for our future generation. Yeah. And how about Eric?
Adaptations. Adaptations. I feel that you don't have to struggle. Don't have to struggle. Just go with the flow. Yeah.
Like water.
Yeah, like water.
Say, be water.
Yeah, something like that. Because digital, matter of fact, right, will be covering us like water. You'll be everywhere. Wi-Fi in the air already. Electricity charging is in the air already. You'll be around us like water. We need to understand what this water is about. Then we don't suffocating in this kind of water. Yeah. So and just embrace it and how to navigate around it. That will be the. If you're thinking of technology, I touch this start button, it will destroy the whole thing. No, you have to change your mindset. Yeah.
So of course it's like, and at this moment when we are talking, like four of us, we also don't know actually what will happen in future, so like, I don't know, I mean, we are so happy now, but really think about in future, we're scared, but can the speaker say something like we can still can be happy and positive to encourage our audience, even though in future is a new, the whole world will be new, so how to be maintain positive and happy?
You don't maintain positive or happy. I mean, you just have to go by the flow, because you see, you have a lot of new implementations coming out. Yet, it's still in a testing phase. We do not know which one is good or which one is useful. So we just have to learn and just take it. That's it. Yeah, that is what my point.
I mean, the thing not happen yet. Don't care lah. I mean, just be positive lah. Don't overreact to what happen in future, right?
You do not even know. Maybe tomorrow I get COVID-19, and then after that I'll be like 14 days, and then ICU. Then that's it, the end for me. You do not know. It could not be it could be not my fault. I can just go out, but I'm wearing mask, but I still got the COVID-19. Then I'm inside the ICU, and it's the end already.
I think we must be open to adapt to changes and challenges lah. So that's, and be positive and be mindful. So we should be able to go through all challenges.
How to be positive? You look at the number, like 9 million cases, and like 500,000 of people die. I mean, 400,000.
You look
like
at the
war,
other aspect, the world populations, and we do not have enough food. You see, how many % of the world population are starving? Okay, so it's a way to somehow reduce the world populations.
How about any like things to tell the audience?
This is just the beginning of everything.
Okay, be more positive. Okay, in context, I put in context, in certain context. One is the business aspects. The business who own the business itself, right? I think they're quite. I can't say be positive. It's away. Yeah, meaning that sometimes I feel that some of the business are being struggling too hard. Yeah, sometimes you create a different kind of mental stress. Yeah, if you feel that it's good to close it down and create another big reset, right? Then just go ahead. So not much struggling. Just come back with an open mind, with a prepared mind. That should be okay. Yeah, personally, I feel that this, because most of the clients I have is that they're living with fear every day, and how to pay the monthly payment and
pay
kind
the
of things.
salary, pay the rental.
Yeah, I can tell them they be positive, but that's not the problem.
Close it.
Yeah,
1 year
so
later, then open. Yeah.
yeah, just
Yeah,
cut it.
my hairdresser a few days ago tell me that the shop is closing down. I can't find the hairdresser anymore, you know. How can I be
Then you have to fly
positive?
to Bangkok. You have to fly to Bangkok.
Cut yourself. DIY. Decentralized.
Yeah, it's
Correct,
it's
correct.
true, you
Hoping-
know.
Cut it off.
Come to businesses like if I need to close down, do something. Yeah, what? Then Eric, you say you can't tell them be positive. Then what can you tell them? It's the sauna. Close down la sauna.
No, it's that as I mentioned, it's just why I call them. That's why my company is called Refruit. Then I told them that okay, just close it down. Then just come back with a prepared mind, with an open mind, and just start afresh up. Give yourself 3 or 6 months. Save up with a new ideas and come back again. That would be nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
but-
have to.
Yeah, but my company, like for example, the people already invest the millions of dollars, 100,000, so many money. They ask me to close down now.
Then you have to verticalize it, vertically it. For example, like Nintendo, right? Nintendo, the first product they have is just a card game. Then they try to create certain like electronic products and things like. Until then, they move on to gaming. They also meet some kind of up and down turns. Yeah.
Mm.
So just if you want to hang on with the concepts of helping the people itself, right? Rather than try to make myself became richer, but I cannot make myself richer. And try to get grants or try to solve this temporary solution doesn't help. Yeah, just come back with a better mindset. And nothing is permanent. Just that's all.
Okay.
Ay,
I think all work together and collaborate together. Don't go into a big boat so that we will not sink.
No, Eric, basically Eric say, let go.
Yeah, let
Sometimes
it
we
go.
have to learn how to let go. Lah. Okay, lah. Now it's almost ending, but before we go, I want all the speakers to tell us one words or one sentence about all this saga to tell our audience to remember you or remember today. One sentence.
One sentence.
Let go.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't change, you have to let go. I agree, man.
Okay, let go,
Yeah.
Jose.
My word is collaboration and be partner with together with the rest of them so that we can go through this difficult and challenging time.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Eric, let go.
乱世出英雄。
乱世出英雄。
Yeah， 乱世出英雄。
Huh?
乱世
Yeah，
出英
乱世
雄。
出英雄。
Oh, 乱世出英雄 So, okay.
I think this one is actually quite fair. You know, this time around the COVID-19 is actually a fair button that you press, you reset everything. It doesn't mean that the rich one will not get COVID-19 and the rich one, their business might be affected. So it's actually a good opportunity to bring everyone back on the starting point. Yep.
Okay, so collaboration and 乱世出英雄 meaning that in the crisis some hero will arise. And then Wanling say let go. It's the right time to let go, then let go. My word is like my word is like pray and pray harder. Okay, Franklin Roosevelt say that courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. It's true. So even we have fear, but the fear can't help us. But the fear we just try to conquer the fear by what we say, let go, collaboration, and you think about a crisis, actually it may be another opportunity. So we pray very hard for all the humankind. Thank you very much. Say hello, goodbye. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Thank
see
you.
you
Bye-bye.
next week. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.